Hey guys, welcome back to my Snowrunner Chill Let's Play. We are still in Black River, and today we have got a couple contests we're going to try and finish, and one last task. And then that should be everything in this region, or in this part of the map, finished. So we're going to be trying to complete that today. Our first little mission we're going to be doing is the oil tanker, because this one's pretty much where it needs to be. We then just got to take it. Where is it? Yeah, we just got to take it there. So nothing too difficult really. So we're just going to go along the road, and then to there. And once we've done that, we can then go do one of the contests, which pretty much just has us go into the drilling site with some consumables, which once again should be pretty much as easy as we like. Turn all drive, we don't need that one. And again, our rocks about it is not the easiest thing ever. And it's funny daytime for once as well, at the start of the video. So that's very good. I don't think we'll have too much issue though today, because I would like to get this map finished, and then we can. I think I've got a couple more things on Smithville Dam to go do. I don't think I finished them all. Making progress though. Yeah, it's there. I was going to say, I didn't know I left it that far down. But we should be able to do both these contests and this mission, because like I said, none of them are actually that difficult. Just be the case of actually just getting them done. Like once I bring in 2 consumables to the drill site, the other one's taking some wooden planks to a bunch of different places, which again shouldn't be that difficult. And this mission is actually take this trailer to the fuel station, which is along this road, which is already unlocked. So it's just a case of driving it there. Now I do know I could like steal the fuel, but don't think fuel's going to be too much of an issue for us, because our money's looking, it's a decent amount considering still got a bunch of trailers to go sell, which I feel like, I think I mentioned it in the last episode or the episode before that, that's probably something I'll do not recorded, just because it's not really the funnest process ever. Like, it's just me driving back and forth collecting trailers, which is not really that exciting or challenging, or I don't know, just a bit. Also that bit I'll probably do in my spare time. So, get a bunch of money that way. And then we can go to Alaska, which I don't think will take nearly as long as this region, just because we've got better vehicles now. In Alaska, other than a couple places in it, it's actually quite easy. Like the majority of it is roads, with a couple like snowy bits and deep mud. It really shouldn't be that bad. Because Alaska I actually do quite like. Kind of the nice, like, it will punish you if you take a bad path, because there's some like proper deep mud there. the mud is typically not spread very well, so you can go around it really easily. Which is kind of what it teaches you, is to pick your lines a little bit better. And it also teaches you about like icy roads and that kind of thing, but the thing is I just wax the chain tyres on my vehicles, because even though it makes them not as good in mud, it's not that much of an issue. Because being able to drive smoothly on roads, very efficient. The time you save being able to drive quickly on roads really makes up for the time you're a little bit slower in some mud. That's a little bit quick down there. Oh yeah, I forgot that little truck's been there. Hasn't really done much of a purpose, that truck, but I will use that at some point. Because I haven't actually used it really. Let me just suck some fuel out of this. There. Got fuel in there. We won't need this. I don't need to be like super like stingy with fuel. Oh, is it that one I got to put in? Of course. Okay, I'm just going to turn that around. Okay, that's gone bad already. Can't turn with this trailer either. There we go. And there's that. Now we've just got 2 contests left. I'm going to double check there's no hidden ones that I've missed. So all the contracts, right, tasks in Black River. Should be all done, yeah. Okay, good. Have I done all the tasks everywhere now? Okay, we've got that one still. Okay, we've got 1 more task left. And then we've got 2 contests on here. We've got that which I can't actually find. So we might need to look what that one is. And then we got these 2. Because that one wasn't on the map, so we can do these 2 for now though. So food delivery is consumables to the drilling site, which we're literally at. So again, that should be fine. 2 slots needed, we've got 2 slots. Should be simple. Truck's looking a little bit worse for wear, but go pick up some consumables. I don't think there's any. Where was it? Food delivery. Yeah, just okay. There's no like first person only or anything like that, so should be actually pretty straightforward. Not that trying first person bothers me too much, because I actually do quite enjoy it. It kind of just gives the game a little different vibe. I do wish it was better though, but it is okay. I will say, the more you do it, the more you actually kind of learn where your wheels are more often. It's not too bad. Right, we're going to the drilling site, which the easiest way would be to just go back along here. This road's alright. Turn ourselves around. Yeah, we're not too fussed about the time. Oh, do I need to? Okay. I forgot you actually have to pick it up if it's at the place you're at. Yeah, 2 consumables. We'll restart just because I want the time to still be like a fair time. Speed and power. I mean, to be fair, speed is not really our truck's thing. It does have a bit of power though to it. Yeah, I'm not sure what truck to buy next. I do have a good idea of a truck I might buy though. Oh. It's a DLC truck that came out fairly recently. I can't remember what it's actually called, so helpful. But could be quite nice. Might be a little bit stronger potentially. So I'm kind of hesitant, but it might be one we use just in case. It's not like a super good truck, but it is also a newer truck, so naturally it kind of is just a little bit better than most other vehicles. Not most vehicles, but like most vehicles we currently have. Especially compared to even when we go to Alaska, it'll be better than most of the vehicles we get there. Once we get to Russia though, I'm so concerned because the first map in Russia gives you quite a few good vehicles. Mainly like the Taiga, the Vorons, the 8x8 Scout, like it gives you good vehicles. So I think by the time we've finished that region, I'm basically not gonna worry about which trucks we're using. Like, power wise. We'll just be, if we want to use that truck, we'll use the truck because I mean the Taiga, a lot of people would say it's their favourite truck and arguably one of the better trucks in the game despite being quite old. So I'm not too concerned with using like OP vehicles. The only vehicle I use like sparingly is the Mastodon Zix truck. Mainly because that thing, other than the size of it, it's got no downsides. And like, you just point it, you basically stay in auto the entire time. Point it, flat out, it goes. Like I said, the only two things that like are downsides to it is the size of it, the turning of it, and potentially the speed, but the speed is, if you're going through deep mud, it doesn't matter, because you're going faster than any other vehicle pretty much, like. And it's got a huge fuel tank as well. Kind of just is a beast of a truck. However, I actually don't enjoy using it that much, A, because it makes the game quite easy, and also it doesn't do that well with hills, which is why I like more like bursty trucks typically. I prefer like smaller nippy trucks and like big old units that just kind of plod their way through. And also I like being in higher in my vehicles. It's like I could go in auto and go quicker than what we're going, but just cruising in higher, I'm happy with it. It's always funny watching like people play this game, because very rarely do you see people, not like a uniformed way to use vehicles. It's like I typically keep vehicles in high, some people just keep them in auto, some people use low exclusively pretty much. So yeah, that was very easy. And now we go to the lumber mill. This might actually be a very streamlined. I'm not gonna lie, everything seems to be just falling into place. Does this one have any quirky requirements? No, just recovery and track change and all that stuff. Yeah. Also, since the last video, it has been a little bit since I played this. Because typically I record my videos a little bit ahead. I recorded quite a few of them back to back because I've got a puppy, and I assumed that there wasn't going to be much quiet time to record like videos and stuff. And even in the last video, that was the last video I'd done, I think it was like a week ago, when we first got the puppy. And yeah, he's really good, other than the fact that when he's left alone he whines a lot. So it was a bit of an issue whenever I go do videos, if no one else was around to basically entertain him, he would whine. Mine might have picked it up no matter where he was, because he's quite a loud whining. So I was kind of anticipating that, but even in the last video I had to edit out so much. And there might even be a couple bits which got through because he was whining often. So I haven't done any videos in about a week. And the only time I can do them now is late at night, because through the night though, good as gold. So I'm like, okay, it's just in the daytime. He wants to be involved with people and like be about. So yeah, that's why my videos haven't been super consistent lately. I mean, we're getting there back. We're getting back into the flow of things. Because I do plan to go back to doing daily videos now. Now I've got things a little bit more organised. Right, we need... Was it 4 planks or more than 4? 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, I got to go back to the drilling site. Did I not do this? I'm getting deja vu that I've done this, but did I do it? I don't know. Apparently not. Well, I guess we'll do it. I'm really confusing myself because I feel like I've done this, but there might have been a contract similar to it or something. Right, so what we'll do is we'll go to the drilling site first. Which we just came from. Then we'll come back, pick up more, and then go to the church and the old house. The old house is a bit of a broke one. Okay, simple enough. Let's load up. I'm not too concerned about the time, it's more just the completion is all we're after. And it's got like 9 minutes, so... Oh. Okay, that was a big freeze. Also, the other thing that stopped me doing videos, especially the last 2 days, is got new internet, and when they come to like change the internet or whatever they were doing, they ended up having to move the router, which too bad, other than the fact my PC doesn't have Wi-Fi. Just didn't come with Wi-Fi with it, so I've been using Ethernet cable. Ethernet cable's better anyway, so like, it's not an issue. But where they've moved it, because the cable that connects it from where it connects to the router was too short to go into the room it needs to be on. So I've had to basically move the router into the other room, but my Ethernet cables don't reach into that room. So what I've had to do, basically buy another cable and then connect, basically buy a longer cable so therefore it can reach the router into the room it was originally in. So I haven't had any internet on my PC for like 2 days, which in itself isn't too bad, but I couldn't upload videos. I could still record them, I just couldn't upload them. Which is why I did do the Factorio, because I didn't want to play this game because there's a chance it might corrupt the save or something, and I'm like, I don't really want that. Whereas Factorio, I just started, so that wasn't too much of an issue, so it'll be safe to do it that way. But I've got better internet now, and it's quite a wonderful thing. The internet wasn't like bad, Like, if I had bad internet, a lot of people who actually have bad internet would probably not be happy. But for the area I'm in, it wasn't great. Because in the area I'm in, it has pretty good internet, most people, so it was kind of like the bog standard internet for the area I'm in. Whereas now, though, we've got, I think, like 140 download, which I know it's not like insane speeds, but it's good for most things you're doing. And my upload's like 40, so I'm like, I can add to different type of videos potentially. Like, I've got options. Because before, doing videos like, you know, like the long stuff where it's like 5-6 hours of something, I've always been tempted to do them, but I'm like uploading that. That's like a couple of days or something for me. Like, that's a long time. That might be something I experiment with now, because I'll be able to upload it in a reasonable time. Yeah, might also try some streaming at some point. But I'll probably do a community post about that when it happens, because like I said, at the moment I've got a puppy. It kind of means anything daytime related is kind of out of the question. Other than that, video should be going back to normal. Also, I'm going to be trying out new games as well, because I'm kind of at the point, I don't know what games I want to have on this channel. Like, this game's going to be staying, and I'll probably sprinkle in Skyrim here and there. Kind of at the point where I don't know a game that's like a long-term thing other than, say, Snowrunner. So I'm trying out Factorio, because it's a game I generally do enjoy playing, and as I mentioned in the video, it's a game I find generally quite relaxing, and it tickles my brain in ways that is kind of in the same vibe as ASMR stuff. Like, it, if I've got any stress, load that game up. My brain isn't thinking about stress, it's thinking about factory stuff. So it kind of does a lot of good in that aspect. I've got some other ideas for not so much gaming, but maybe like other things. Kind of gonna be waiting and seeing. At some point, like I said, I'll probably do community posts updating. It's because at the moment I don't know, but kind of feel like I want to start changing things up. Now, it's still going to keep the same vibe, so ain't got no right with that. The vibe is always going to be a chilled vibe, a relaxing vibe, or something along the lines of that. It's just more like the actual content I want to change up a little bit, while keeping the vibe the same. Because in the early days, I was doing basically well, when I first started, I was doing exclusively Skyrim. Which, I mean, it wasn't bad, but the issue with Skyrim I have is I've just played it well too much. Which is good in a sense, because I know the game inside and out. There's not too much. It's quite an easy game for me to play. Like, I don't have to think that much because it's all there. But the issue is I kind of have to, I don't want to say like force myself to play it, but I don't have like a strong desire to play it. Like Snowrunner at the moment, if I'm just sat there at my computer, I want to load this game up and play it. And I feel like if I've got that sort of thing when I'm doing videos, it should make the videos slightly better. Right, we've done all that. I think that's Black River fully done. I think. We're going to double check because I could be... That's all contracts, I don't need that. Tasks. Okay, contests. Yeah, okay, Black River, fully done. Now, Smithville Dam has... There's one contest I'm missing. Issue is though, is I haven't discovered it. So I might have to find that in the next episode. Because I'm going to search online where it is. Because it can only be in like a dark area. Of which there isn't any. Unless it's like there. Maybe. Like I've explored like 97% of the map or something. And the bits I haven't are like the very corners. Typically it would be on a road if anywhere. I don't know, not unless it's one that opens up later. Maybe, because we still got yeah, you to do. Which, do you have any, you do have something in Black River. Can I do you any order? No. Okay, one order at a time, okay. One thing at a time. Yes, we can't do nothing there, so... Let me just check, is Smithville Dam, have got any tasks left? Did I do all the tasks? I think I did, didn't I? Okay, we've got one task left. No, we might go quick and do that task. Because it's on... What we've got to do is bring this over, really. Shouldn't be that difficult. Global... To garage. Get this done, and then that's all tasks done. Then it's just a couple contests, and then we can do the main contract. Contract, I should say. We need to go. Oh, should check. I did. Well, I checked. I clicked on it, but I didn't actually do slots. Oh, that's easy. Should have done that ages ago. Broken antenna. Yeah. So we just got to go all the way to Island Lake, which won't take that long. I don't want to go into Quarry, I'll be honest, actually. I thought about it, it might actually be quicker, but the Quarry is not my cup of tea. I had enough issue in there, so I'd rather leave the issues in there. You know, as I was saying, before I got sidetracked, is I kind of like it when I've got a heavy desire to play a game, because I love Skyrim, but isn't the point where I've kind of just played it a little bit too much. And I tried a modded playthrough. I feel like I like the original game too much, because even though mods are nice, they enhance it a bit in places. If I get too many mods, it doesn't feel Skyrim. So it's kind of a bit of a me issue on that aspect. I think the only thing that's going to make me want to play it again is probably a bit of time. When I say make me want to play, I mean like have a heavy like addiction to it again. Because I find when I get hooked on a game, it's very difficult for me not to want to play it for at least a month or two. Because I can get burnt out playing games, but which might also slightly be the case with Skyrim. But that's why I started that permadeath like playthrough, because it did actually keep the game fresh. I still got to do another video on that actually, but it's just the trying to keep motivated to play it, if that makes sense. Whereas like Snowrunner, I don't really need to keep motivated for it because I just want to play it regardless. So yeah, and it's also a game that if I wasn't doing videos on it, I would probably end up playing it here and there. So it's just because I'm doing videos on it, I can kind of spend more time playing it. So it's a win-win really. Snowrunner, the vibe, beautiful, mostly anyway. I think Snowrunner is either the most relaxing game or the most frustrating. There's not one in between. Because you're either wanted to rage or try not to doze off. Don't know a game that has an opposite like it. I do think, regardless of kind of the mood of games I want, Skyrim probably will still make like at least one video a week. Maybe not every week, but it'll be about, because it is still a game I do enjoy. Just again, I think I'm just generally a little bit burnt out from it. More because I did do like a solid year straight of basically playing that, mixed in with some other games, but that was the main one. And I've done the modded playthrough. I did enjoy at the start because it was fresh. I was on PC for the first time. I'm at a bad angle. But yeah, the modded, like, I would have to, I think if I wanted to do like a modded playthrough, it would have to be as vanilla friendly as possible, and the mod like thing I was doing was already pretty vanilla, like there wasn't a whole lot to it. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like it'd be better for me just trying different games, because I did try the Oblivion remake. The issue I have with that is I can't run it on my PC and keep my PC being a moderately quiet noise. Like my PC has to kick into high gear to get that game to run at any sort of stableness. So again, if I was playing it, not doing videos, it wouldn't be so much of an issue. But especially for like some videos I do, having the fan on in the background, or like my PC fan on, or like kicking up. Some people probably don't mind it. I'm not a fan of it. Like if it's very faint in the background, fine with it. But when it kicks up, I'm not a fan. So it's also why I don't play games at like the best graphical settings or any of that, because it makes my PC work too hard, and then it makes too much noise. Which, for me, I'm like, slightly lower graphics quality, better audio quality, to me sounds better, no pun intended. Like, so that's kind of the, and also the same as a Tainted Grail game. Again, they're very like Skyrim-esque, but again, it wasn't optimised the best. And I found that game had a lot of like screen tearing, jitters, stuff like that. Probably, I say the game, probably a mix of the game not being optimised the best, and my PC not being quite up to date with stuff. Like, it's not ancient, but it's not new. So yeah, so like, is this game, it runs it pretty nicely. And Factorio's not a demanding game at all until you get to like huge bases. So, I feel like them two games for the time being, like the main, for a little while. And then we'll sprinkle some Skyrim in, maybe a bit of Overwatch here and there. And just sprinkle some other games in. Because I don't really know else to do, because I was doing a lot of like JRPGs. The main issue with them is I still will do some here and there, or like RPGs, there'll be 1 or 2 games every now and again. Kind of, again, I think similar, same issue as Scum. I've kind of burnt myself out of like story games at the moment. Because I had like I think last year and the year before, I think I've completed like 30 to 40 something games in a year, both years, which I don't know about most people, but for me that's a lot of games I've completed, like, because I was recording quite a few for like videos, and in my spare time I was playing a lot as well. So this year I'm kind of not playing games that much at all, really, like, compared to last year. I think on Steam I'm like 20 hours a week in the past 2 weeks, which is about 10 hours a week, which if you look at the videos I do, that's about like an hour and 15 minutes per video, which isn't too far off from how much I record. So it's not the kind of just need a little switch up of games for a little while, and then hopefully I'll get back into some like JRPGs. I do want to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That's on my list because I've done the first one and really enjoyed it. And I think it done okay on the channel as well. Can't actually remember what the views were, because typically if it's a game I enjoy, I don't worry about the views because I enjoy the game. That for me is already a win, so like. But I do think it was quite a good game. The only thing that kind of soured the experience was the ending, where I ran into a bug where I had to basically do a DLC mission, which is not a straightforward or fun DLC mission to do if I wanted to potentially not get the dialogue to get the end cutscene, which is a bit like a kick in the nuts if you ask me, but like, I searched online, apparently it's a glitch that can happen, and even if you grind through the DLC mission, which isn't particularly fun, it can still occur and you still can't do the mission sometimes. Other than running into that, I enjoyed the game. We do need fuel, so I might go pop up to that trailer. Pop up to there and then go grab the cargo container. Cook up there, but that path looks a little bit... no. Yeah, so I probably will play that game at some point. I've actually done a really good job avoiding spoilers. Like, considering that game was quite a popular thing when it came out, I managed to avoid pretty much every spoiler, other than the only spoiler I know of, and it's not a big spoiler, it's literally like a mechanic or achievement thing. Is if you keep the starter holes, I can't remember the name, Pebbles or something. If you keep the starter holes and do so many hours or a distance on it or something, it gets a stat boost or something. That's the only sort of thing I genuinely know about the game. I've done a really good job avoiding that. That is something I do look forward to playing. And when I do, probably will be recorded. So I mean, I've done one thing on it. I think, as like I said earlier, at the moment, I think my main focus will be Snowrunner. Because I also think YouTube prefers when you do one like you stay in a more of a defined niche. Because I noticed when I've done multiple different games, like there was time I was doing 7 games a week, video a day, a different game every day. YouTube's algorithm seems to have a bit of issue, like sorting the videos. Whereas when I was doing Skyrim, like pretty much every day, I think I was doing like 5 days a week, my videos were doing quite well. And then when I started doing Snowrunner more often, they're getting more views than my other videos when they're like alternated. So I do think I'm going to keep doing mainly Snowrunner, with probably a Factoria scattered in a little bit for the time being. Mainly because, as I mentioned earlier, the game I'm really into at the moment, like, it's dangerously bad. I started playing it last year, and kind of started off a little bit confused, and then I had a little break, then I come back, play a bit more, got confused, had a break, done that for like 200 hours on and off, and then something clicked, and now the game's like making a lot more sense in my head. Still not a very long way from being good at it, but I now know what I need to be at least doing, so it's a really fun game. It's a game I highly recommend to people as well. If you're into like the automation type of thing. Which I definitely am, because one of the main complaints people used to give me when back in the day when I used to play like Minecraft and stuff is I would be the person who would automate everything, like every redstone farm, everything like that. I'm automating it because I quite lazy, also love it. Like automating stuff for me is, I just like it. Same as like the idle like clicker games and all that stuff I used to play back in the day. Like technically they're not that good games, like for the most part, like Cookie Clicker and I can't even remember half them. But they're not like game-breaking games or incredibly in-depth games. But something about just you start off with nothing and then you get like just everything is what I like. Probably a similar reason why I like RPGs, because you constantly level up, get stronger, get better. Like I just like all that sort of stuff. So I think I generally like growth in games. When you're growing, improving, I really enjoy that. But also I think that's might be true for like life stuff, because sport, and I'll say sport in quotations because I don't know if it is classified as a sport, but the sport I enjoy the most is darts, because it's something I'm always getting better at, like, and I'm not like pro or anything, but like I play regularly. I've played since I was a kid, so I'm pretty like decent for the average person. Like, if I was to be matched against a random person, I'd bet on myself winning. So like with darts, I'm constantly improving, constantly getting better, doing, and that I enjoy. And it's the same with like even FPS games back in the day when I used to play a lot of them. The improving part, I enjoyed. The winning is like the proof that you're improving, but I enjoy the improvement rather than the win. Whereas there's some people I know personally who, they don't care if they've done well or not, they just care if they won. And that's the same for like, there's people who I play with who are like that with darts. Like darts, you got like a set amount of, let's say if you finish a game in 30 darts, if they've won, they would be happy But if they finished in 60 darts and still won, they'd still be happy. Whereas if I finish in 60 darts, guarantee I'm not going to be happy whether I win or lose because I did not do as well as I can. Whereas if I'm finishing in like 20 darts, I'm probably pretty happy with myself because that's decent. Like, see, higher than that would be perfect, but like, for the most part, as long as I'm improving, doing better, I'm happy. That's kind of our main like thing. I do feel like it's a pretty good mindset to have. Because winning's great and all, but it's also, I typically don't mind if I lose. Whereas I've grown up with, plus people I just know in general, typically not a fan of losing, which I still to this day don't really understand, because the only time I don't like losing is if it's because I messed up. But then it's not about whether I lost, it's genuinely because I done bad. So the actual, like I said, the winning and losing doesn't bother me. Really, like, at the end of the day, if I'm playing for fun, I'll have fun. So even when I used to play like UFC 5, one of my mates we kind of always played like the UFC games against each other quite often, just vibe on them and kind of just beat each other up for a bit of fun. Like, whenever I played with him, I could probably try, be a bit sweaty, I could win pretty much every game guaranteed if I wanted to. But I don't find winning against someone I know I can win against particularly fun. So what I would often do is I would change up how I usually play, try new things out, try riskier strategies, that kind of thing. Because I find it, as long as the more I have to try, the more it's fun. And typically if you're playing anything really, you should be playing for fun. However you have the fun, that depends on you, I guess. Like, if winning is everything and that's what you find fun, go for it. Personally, I enjoy the competition rather than the outcome and the improving and all that, so it's gonna be my thing. And also the thing, going back to darts again, is if I'm playing against someone a lot worse than me and I know they're worse than me, I play worse, and I don't know why. I think it's probably because like I'm not trying sounds a bit like arrogant. Actually, I didn't want to go through that. But like I'll be trying like 80%. I won't be 100%. But then if you put me against someone good and I know they're good, I'll play a lot better. So it's kind of been like the weird thing with me. But then again, I'm competitive, but not in like a, oh, I must win at all costs. Like, I like being challenged. That's probably about what it comes down to. So, do you think, interesting thing, I'd love to know like the psychology of that a little bit more, but so that's kind of a hard thing to figure out, I guess. In my personal experience, I also know some people who are like bad winners. It's like they will win and they brag, they like shove it in your face, they go like them too. I mean, surely people know people like that. Like, I feel like it's quite a common thing. Like the people who win and then gloat about it, like, that's one thing. When I win, I typically don't gloat or anything because I don't really know, to be honest. Like, it's not really something I've ever done. It's hard for me to even explain it really because it's just not normal to me. But I definitely know people who, if they get like one win over you, they will use that for eternity, like. But typically, even if I like won a game of darts, if someone wasn't watching who won, they might not be able to tell I won a darts because I don't really show it, like, or for like anything for that matter. Like, as long as I done well, I'm happy. Like, I don't care about the win as such. But despite that, I'm still really competitive, despite me not caring about the win. So take that as you will, I guess. Kind of a weird thing, but. Like, hopefully though, I should be able to start streaming soon. I don't know when I'm going to stream. It might have to be like a nighttime thing, because like I said, I've got a puppy who is kind of a I don't want to say loose cannon because he's very well behaved, but he's also a puppy, and I mean the whining's a big issue, but he is also like a gem of a dog. Like, he's very people friendly, and just friendly in general. So definitely an interesting thing. Right, we done here? I think we're done now. Right, so that's all tasks. 96% done. There's literally just 3 contracts, 3 contests, and a contract. Yeah, super order, which does pay 32 grand as well, so I think in the next episode we'll do the contests, and then the episode after that we'll do super order. But I think this is where I'm going to leave it for today. Hope you've all enjoyed. If you've got any feedback about me starting streaming or games or anything I've basically mentioned, let me know in the comments. I'm very open to feedback and opinions, so throw them at me, I'm all ears. But I hope you've all enjoyed. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.